So in this clip, we are going to see Chris Cuomo, but more importantly, Brian Tyler Cohen, absolutely dismantle Turning Point Actions COO Tyler Bower. Now, this is a really explosive clip. You're going to see a lot from Brian Tyler Cohen first and foremost, but more importantly, we even see Chris Cuomo pushing back on the defense of Donald Trump and the actions from the FCC. Sorry. As usual, let's watch the clip in full and give you guys my thoughts towards the end.
Turning Point Action COO Tyler Bowyer is here, and progressive YouTuber Brian Tyler Cohen. It's good to have you both. Tyler, did I screw up your last name? How do you say your last name?
It's Boyer. It's good.
Boyer.
I've been called first.
You weren't going to say anything, but thank you for that. You're a nice guy. All right, Tyler, I go to you first because I mangled your name. First of all, look at Brian Tyler Cohen. Look at that nice head of hair he's got going. That is a nice. Okay, sorry, I digress. What you should be able to do about Jimmy Kimmel, Tyler. Have the FCC review the licenses. They're pulling ads for him. Obviously, Kimmel's being targeted. Are you okay with it being done this way?
Yeah, look, I mean, the FCC has a responsibility to make sure that the content that's delivered over public broadcast is deemed, within the bounds of less than irreprehensible. I think a lot of Americans are really offended by the type of rhetoric that Jimmy Kimmel has laid out. You mentioned what happened right after Charlie's death. Literally, Disney has the ability to continue to employ somebody that really is probably going to be quite devastating for many of the jobs that you mentioned, for these people that work for Disney and work for ABC affiliates. But at the end of the day, the broadcast networks, Nexstar, that owns NewsNation, you have, Sinclair, that clearly doesn't like this type of rhetoric. They're the ones that are going to be the ones that ultimately make the decision, regardless of what pressure is put on to them by the FCC.
I'm with you, Tyler, with that second part. But now to the other Tyler, Brian Tyler Cohen. If NewsNation, if Nexstar wants to make a move on me, that's their right. That's what I signed up for. ABC wants to make a move on Jimmy, that's their right. But if they're doing it because the FCC is going to pull their license if they don't, now we got a different situation.
And that's clearly what's happening. And all of this pearl clutching and pretend fainting spells from the right, including my co-panelist here, over a joke that everybody's pretending not to understand. Donald Trump was making a joke about the fact that Jimmy Kimmel was making a joke about the fact that Trump is 23 years older than Melania. It's a joke that everybody who's acting in good faith very clearly understands, but they're all pretend. I mean, this is make believe. It's kayfabe. It's them pretending that he was inciting violence 3 days before this shooter came into the Hilton Hotel at the White House Correspondents Dinner, because they're looking for any pretext to be able to attack comedians, which is especially ironic considering this is coming from the party that A, beat its chest about free speech over and over and over. God forbid they silence anybody. And B, this is supposed to be the party that supports the legalization of comedy. And yet now all of these people are going after Jimmy Kimmel. They're going after Stephen Colbert. I mean, if you don't like a joke, that's your prerogative. But the notion that you can sic the FCC on a comedian for the crime of telling a joke is really pretty embarrassing, especially considering the Republican Party was a movement that used to at least attack the left for being language police and scolds.
Yeah. PC. They used to use it as a cudgel against you guys. And you heard what I said at the top. No disrespect to the First Lady. I get why she feels the way she does. She has every right to feel that way. I can't judge her feelings about what threatens her family, right? Those are her own. But I know what it's like to be targeted. And what Jimmy Kimmel was doing is nothing compared to what the president does on a regular basis, Tyler. You can shake your head. But, I couldn't have an easier case to make to you.
We run one of the largest activist organizations in the country. The threats are coming one direction, from the left to the right. There is no question that violence and violent rhetoric is only coming from leftists. And look, you brought up this one point over and over. It's, the FCC shouldn't be threatening. Yeah, of course. Let's see Disney move Jimmy to Hulu and streaming platforms only for the next few weeks and see how well he does. And you know what you'll see? Disney, people actually returning to probably watching ABC programming, regular Americans, and Jimmy Kimmel no longer with a job because nobody really wants to hear the violent rhetoric that he spews. I mean, it's hateful stuff that's come from
Tyler, do you not understand? I'm just trying to understand. Do you not get the comedy that he's using? Like, I just think if somebody has such a poor understanding of a joke, then maybe you shouldn't be opining on comedy. I mean, do you not understand the joke that Jimmy Kimmel was making? Do you really think that this was an incitement to violence?
I mean, it's very clear that this isn't funny at all at this point.
Do you think it's an incitement to violence? Do you think when Trump makes a joke about do you think when Kimmel makes a joke about Trump being old, that's an incitement to violence? Or is this pretend? Is it? I'm just trying to understand if it's an act. Are you doing an act?
I think it's very clear that there are many prominent people on the left that want to see the president lose his life, and they want to see more people like Charlie lose their life. And we know this because we saw
Tyler.
what happened after.
Tyler,
we saw
Tyler, what did you think when Donald Trump?
You believe that people in power,
we
Tyler?
saw your side get up and applaud and laugh about his death.
You think?
So yeah, I've seen firsthand more leftists threaten people on my side than any person on your side has ever received threats on our side.
Let's say
what did you think? What did you think when Donald Trump tweeted that he was glad Robert Mueller was dead? What did you think when he danced on the grave of Rob Reiner? I'm just curious.
I think there's a clear difference from people who are inciting violence against their political enemies, and versus people glad that they are happy that they don't have to deal with somebody anymore. I think that's the president. That was the
Tyler,
president.
first of all, I think you're getting a little bit into a moral relativism that we should not be in the business of when we're judging state action. You can feel however you want about it. So can Brian. So can I. And that's okay. That's what we're all about, right? But what the state can do about it is the line. And I think if you're justifying, well, because I think the left is worse, it's good that the government uses its institutions and power to attack it back. That's not how the system's supposed to work. But we'll watch how it plays out. You're always welcome here to make the case. Thank you for being here. Brian Tyler Cohen, the same. Tyler Bowyer? Bauer.
Boyer.
God, Boyer. Boyer, Tyler Boyer, thank you very much. Appreciate you. BTC, appreciate you.
So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to be real with you guys. I'm going to be so real. When I listen to these guys speak, one of the things that I always try to do, especially when I'm creating content and videos and giving my commentary and my thoughts on these back and forths, I always try and be very objective and try and be as down the middle as I possibly can. And I always find myself, when I see anybody on the right, when it comes to this sort of conversation, I find myself getting really annoyed and frustrated because exactly like Brian Tyler Cohen said, this is an act. This is an act. These people aren't stupid. They know exactly what it is that they're doing. This Tyler Boyer, he knows exactly what he's doing when Brian Tyler Cohen gives him the example of when Donald Trump was dancing on Rob Reiner's grave. He knows exactly what he's doing. So for his response to be, oh, I think when somebody says something where they don't have to deal with, it doesn't matter. These are the things that encourage political violence. Saying you're glad somebody is dead is more inciting of pushing political violence as opposed to a comedian making a joke that the age gap between two individuals is far too wide. It's absolutely ridiculous stuff. And these people, they say this because this is what they have to do to be in the good books and the good graces of Donald Trump. That's what it is that they do. And it's absolutely embarrassing. The fact that it is that this individual, Tyler Boyer, has the audacity to speak about, violent rhetoric and whatnot, when the person who founded his company, Charlie Kirk, who is someone that I don't believe deserved to die, he didn't, but this is an individual who made fun of people in Gaza saying they won't be able to jump off of tall buildings anymore because Gaza's been flattened by Israel. These guys are the most sickest individuals ever, and they know exactly what it is that they're doing. They know exactly what it is that they're doing, but they're pushing the narrative because of the fact that Donald Trump it's what Donald Trump wants them to do, and because of the fact that they know when it's all said and done, political violence has been a massive problem on the right for the longest time. Now, it shouldn't be from either side. You should be able to have your disagreements without wanting an individual dead. That's a fact. I disagree with so much from a political standpoint, but I don't want any of my political opponents dead. But Donald Trump actively came into this administration saying that he's going to seek retribution on anybody who tried to come after him. And that's exactly what it is that we're seeing here with Jimmy Kimmel. Now, I want to just remind you guys lastly, when Donald Trump and this administration came into power last year, JD Vance had the audacity to come off to Europe and try and lecture us on free speech. That's what it is that they had the audacity to do. But the crazy part is this, these guys have been the biggest proponents of trying to stop free speech. They've been the biggest. Anyone who says anything that Donald Trump dislikes, that's what it is that they do. But this is how it is that they conduct themselves. This is how they act. Now, the last point that it is that I'll make, Tyler Boyer, whatever his name is, he tried to say Jimmy Kimmel, basically trying to insinuate that Jimmy Kimmel's numbers are down. That's what he tried to insinuate. But that's a ridiculous comment. Ridiculous. Because the problem with people like this, and he should know this as someone who deals with in streaming, the problem with that is you can't only look at the numbers when it comes to TV ratings. You can't. Take a look at when it comes to his YouTube platform and his YouTube numbers. I'm literally doing a bit of research right now. In the last 7 days, he's had 28.8 million views. 28.8 million views. And he's got 22 million subscribers. His numbers are doing well. But this is the narrative that they just have to push because they don't think that their audience, that their base, MAGA, will go and do research. Honestly, it frustrates me so much having to deal with these schmucks. They're embarrassments, but it should be no surprise. This is what it is that they do. Let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. Am I overreacting, or are these guys just playing dumb because of the fact that they know that they have to play dumb to be on Donald Trump's side? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and hype up the video as well. See you guys in the next one.